How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and what I'm excited about today is to give you guys actually the joke of the day. But before we get started, I got to throw the disclaimer out there. I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. So when you do invest, just know that you're doing it at your own risk. So here comes the joke of the day. I tripped over my wife's bra. She set up a booby trap. Come on now. Anyway, so we're going to be talking about CCIV, Lucid Motors. So we spoke about this some days ago. The reason why I want to kind of do a recap on this is, again, the plays that I bring up to you guys, I want to make sure that you remember, you know them, and also know the prices where you need to get them and stay updated. I don't want to give you guys a whole basket of stocks to keep up with or to keep an eye on, and then it's just overwhelming because, again, I already know how that feels, and it's just not a great situation to be in. So if you notice some stocks are constantly being repeated, it's just to remind you, hey, these are the plays that I'm actually looking at and which I think are really, really great plays, all right? So we're talking about CCIV, Lucid Motors. So as you know, we had the Super Bowl on Sunday. They ran their Super Bowl commercial, and I must say, it was pretty good. It was pretty nice. I was like, I'm going to be a Lucid buyer. I'm going to be a Lucid buyer. And also on top of that, we've been hearing so much news in regards to the merger. There's a lot of excitement behind it. There's a lot of people that want to see the deal done. But we've also saw that there was a really sharp pullback when that Wall Street article came out. I mentioned that in the previous video as well. So one of the things I want you to look out for is what price you should be actually getting CCIV, aka Lucid Motors, hopefully. What's the best price to get it at? Because there's a lot of fluctuations that are going on right now. So that's what I'm going to be doing on my computer. So I hope you guys find that helpful so you have a good idea of what price targets I'm actually looking at. For CCIV, Churchill Capital Corp, all right? We want to merge with Lucid Motors. You already know I'm excited about this. I really want this deal to happen. So anyways, so let's take a look at the chart. So a lot of people have been asking me, hey, where should I be picking up shares, right, for CCIV? I'm interested. I want to get into a position. So we're going to go over that right now. And I got to throw out the disclaimer when I say that. I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. So when you do invest, just know that you're doing it at your own risk. So what I'm looking at is actually the starting of the beginning of the week. So let's go over to Monday. That's kind of like where you're seeing right now. We've already seen the stock price move a lot, all right? Last week, as you can see, it literally hit the $36 range, right around here. But I want to go with the beginning of the week. We already know there was a lot of catalysts. Pretty much a CEO came out, and he was pretty much talking about, hey, how he wanted to position the company and so forth. And also, they had the Super Bowl commercial as well. So I think we need to really take a look at the beginning of the week in regards to February the 8th. And we're going to be starting over here, as you can see. And one of the things I want to kind of go over is look at what happened right at open on February the 8th, the beginning of the week. So, of course, we have those sell-offs that happen in the beginning. There's a lot of profit taking that happens right here, and a lot of people are looking to actually buy back in. I've also started realizing with the amount of volume that's going on and a lot of attention that CCIV gets, there's a lot of day traders. There's a lot of people who are swinging throughout the day and so forth. So you see a lot of wild fluctuations. And one of the price areas when people ask me, okay, what price should I be looking for? I usually always say, aim for the low 30s. I do understand, well, Dre, it's already in the low 30s. So what I mean by that is you see this range right here, like what was going on today. If you can get it anywhere in the 30 range, that's a good spot right now at this moment. Because even if I bring the chart back, let's bring it back a little bit. Look at this. So we do have some consolidation in this area, even if I spread it out even further, right? Look at that. So if we scroll over to 30, right? In that 30 range, we have some consolidation. So that's what I'm saying. Since the stock literally just swings like crazy, that $30 range is great. Anything in that $30 range is a good price range for you to actually get into, all right? Another thing is, let me just open up the chart a little bit here. Open it up. All right. So as you can see, the beginning of February the 8th, it hit a high of $35, right? It didn't really stay there. So this is one of these areas you don't want to be buying in. So unless there's some news that comes out like, hey, the merger went through, and I guarantee when the merger does go through, the stock is going over $40. But if you're able to catch it around 35, and that's with the news coming out, then that ends up being a good deal. But currently, with no news out or any update in regards to the merger, I would say the low 30s. So as you can see, even if you look at pre-market right here, right? This is around 7 o'clock in the morning, gets down to 32.45 from 35, right? And then after, we're going in, market open Monday, right? We talked about the resell off, and then we had a buy spike. Because once it starts getting into this range here, especially around 33, 32, a lot of people start buying, right? We also have some support there. As you can see on that line, take a look at this. So at 33.51, had a lot of support. Like I said, the Super Bowl was on Sunday, right? So there's a little bit of hype. People were excited about it. So now, as the day went on, around 11:40, goes down, right? 33. And now, look at this. Starts going down, 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 down. 31, right? So on Monday, you can see that, you know what? 31 was a pretty good range, right? And you can tell, one of the ways you can tell when a stock is trading at a good value at that particular time, you'll see a dip like this, and then it will cover very, very quickly. And this is at the 31 range. So now we go forward. Let's get rid of that. And it ended up reaching back up to 33, right? So now, if you guys remember, I was saying, whenever you see this gray area stuff, this is pretty much on the software that I use. This is like after hours, all right? So just in case you're wondering. So in after hours, this is what was happening. Went down a little bit. And then today, gapped up in pre-market, right? As you can see right at 4:35 a.m. Started going down. Down, 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 down. And then after right at open, you can see it right there in the $30 range. Right there. So, it moved up, caught back up, right? To the average line, right? And then we were at 31.53. So are you guys seeing a connection here? So 30 to 31 is an area where you can add to your position if you're thinking about doing that, right? Look at this right here. Hit a low here. $30.67, right? $30 range gets hit. Has a bit of a run. Comes up to $32, right? So now we have some consolidation. Consolidation, like I said, I told you guys, consolidation is good, right? I think I kind of got rid of my pointer there. All right. So yeah, as you can see, consolidation is good. So now, check this out. So this is right around 3 o'clock. And I remember there was an article that literally came out like not too long ago, right? Like I think it was like literally like around 40, it said 40 minutes. So it probably came out like around 3, maybe around 2:50 or so. And I remember, and it was just an article talking about like, yeah, is this merger going to happen? There's a lot of excitement and stuff like that. And then I just saw it literally make this move right into close, going from literally this 31 range right here all the way up to 33. And then now, as you can see, a little bit of that gray right there, that just means that, hey, this is aftermarket going on right now because this is being recorded at 5:32 p.m. So tomorrow, what would be the best areas or price targets to actually buy, right? It would be the $30 range and the $31 range. So you got to take your pick in regards to those particular areas. There are some times where this stock does go below 30, but like it doesn't happen. There have to be something, the market would have to be down, or there would have to be some sort of bad news that comes out. So let's say, for example, some news comes out that the merger didn't happen, then you want to get out of this stock ASAP. And reason being is because this is a SPAC at the end of the day. So the lowest it can go down to is $10. All right. So just always keep that in mind. If you are investing in CCIV and you're betting on the merger happening, there is that risk that's associated with it. All right. Hope you guys found that helpful. And like, again, that's the areas you want to be looking at. 30, 31. The best way to actually catch these, because again, like the moves do happen fairly quickly. This is on a 5-minute, so maybe you might be able to get it. Is having a limit order. So having a limit order at any price in the 30s or the 31s to catch it. If it's one of those things, you're going to keep looking at it. There's a possibility you could miss it because, like I said, I could tell by looking at this chart. As you can see, like it's kind of steady, but then it has its ups and then it has its downs. You know, there's a lot of trading involved, like a lot of day trading. I've also seen some day trading videos where they're saying like, yeah, you get it in the low 30s and then you sell off in the mid 30s, 35 being that high point, 34 and so forth. So that's part of the reasons why you're seeing a lot of fluctuation and stuff like that. But anyways, I'm being confident that this merger is going to happen, all right? Hope you guys found that helpful. And just know, if you believe in the company and you feel that this merger is going to go through, you will be rewarded. Because like I said, in this particular case, this is going to be huge. Lucid knows that this is a technology race in the EV space. So that's something that you really want to keep an eye on, because if they're going to be competing and they know that it comes down to technology, that's huge. And like we said, also the CEO did work for Tesla also at one point. So he knows some things, and he was behind the Model S. So these are, again, this is going to get very interesting, all right? Talk to you guys soon. All right. One of the things we need to remember is that if you believe that this merger is going to go through, then you know for a fact that, hey, this might be the time to get the right price. If you don't believe that this merger is going to go through, but you still want to get some swing trading opportunities from the price targets that I gave you, then by all means, you could do that at your own risk. But one of the things, if you're holding a position right now in CCIV, I want you to go through these following indicators, and we always talk about this. Make sure it has the KLTs. You got to be able to know the company, like the company, and trust the company. You got to like the management team. You got to like how it's going forward. And you also got to trust the fact that a deal's going to get done. Because since this is a SPAC, if this deal does not go through, it can go right back down to $10. And that's something that you need to understand, and you really need to realize when going into this particular play. This is also another reason why I don't have too many shares either. Am I going to consider to add and so forth like that? Hey, it all depends on where the price is going. Like I said, I like to get things on the dip or on the lower end. There's a lot of things heating up in the news about Lucid. You're seeing it on CNBC. I know also the CEO came on and started talking about it, saying, hey, this is a technology race. He's down. He's going to be competing with the Tesla's top model. He also knows that, hey, a lot of times when it comes to the luxury segment, there needs to be that EV car that people know, recognize, remember, and know that is what's at the top. And that's exactly what he's trying to achieve, because he started referencing all the luxury brands, right? So when you start referencing the luxury brands and he's saying that he's trying to penetrate that market, but in the EV space, he's carving out a niche of his own. And that's one of the things why I really like CCIV, all right? So I'm just hoping that a merger goes through, because I think it'll be great. I also think that the stock price will actually go up. I know a lot of times they'll be saying, hey, buy the rumor and then sell the news. But I feel like in this particular situation and what Lucid is actually capable of, there's going to be a lot of bullish moves happening with this particular stock. So that's something that we need to pay attention to. And I think it's very important that you want to get in at the ground floor. If you missed out when it was in the teen area, when the news was first announced and so forth, again, this is probably around that time where, you know what, you need to start looking and weighing your options. Hey, you know what, I really like this company. I might add my position, all right? So anyways, you already know I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. So when you do invest, make sure you know you're doing it at your own risk, all right? Hope you guys enjoy your evening, and I'll be talking to you soon. Peace out.